What is good, my peoples? Welcome to another edition of the GreenBaje podcast. Above me this time is AJ. He is the green. I'm Ken. I am the beige, and we are in the middle of something right now here on the GreenBaje Fantasy Spot. But we want to welcome you in with us. AJ, how's it going, my brother?
I am locked in. It is intense right now. I am locked in, bro.
I am with you there. So, for those of you who are with us live right now, as you can see on our screen, is an ESPN draft board because AJ and I are currently in the middle of a draft. And I mean, this is the fantasy spot, so it is befitting that we show you guys what we're doing because it's a little difficult for us to be peeping at the draft and then trying to do all of the other stuff that we normally do as well. But we
Yeah.
do definitely welcome you in with us. And for those of you who are going to see this on tape or you're going to hear it after the show, then well, if you were here live, you'd see everything that was happening. And then, well, for those of you who are listening, you can see the replay of this on Facebook, or you can see it on not Instagram, on YouTube, or you can see it on Twitter. And that someone just told me that the only man I had in my queue just left. So this draft is a little unique. And the reason why it's a little unique for us is that half of the draft is not present. And because half of the draft is
Yeah.
not present, it is changed the equation on a lot of things for us. Would you agree, AJ?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Yeah, it definitely does add a different dynamic to being able to make your selections. As we were mentioning before on off air, feel like we have more time now. Feels like we actually in the war room right now, and we have a bit more time to assess before picking. And yeah, the fact that so many men are auto pick right now, it kind of leaves the floor open for us. But it's a good feeling. But that is why I am so locked in at this moment. I need to. This is oh jeez, I should have done that. Good grief.
Wow,
I
but
was,
did you pick somebody that you didn't want?
no, I kind of drafted without looking at something we were just speaking about. With regards to the drafting based on the bye weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took someone else who I took Chase Claypool, not realizing that his bye week is also week 9, and I already have a couple other players who have had bye week. So no, 9 is looking like a week where I may have.
A problem?
I guess it won't be too bad. I have Dak Prescott on the bench, so he's not as if he was going to start. He's the other one who week 9, and then Nick Chubb. I'll work it out though. I'll work it out. I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
kind of
fine.
don't really have a choice. Right now, I
Yeah,
am
at
at a
this point.
loss trying to figure out who I'm going to pick up next because my team is a little light on
10 seconds, sir.
all right, let me just
Ooh,
I
went
yeah, I
with
have a
Sky.
yeah, very Sky. So now it gives me another minute to think about who my next pick is going to be. Because the reason why to like we said that this draft is unique. I had the first pick of the draft, and I really don't like picking first or last in any
Yeah,
row
yeah.
because then you have to wait forever. However, with the guys on auto pick, that gave a lot of people an opportunity to fall to me that normally would not have. And I'll come back to that in a second. But right now, I really need to find another running back. And I'm looking for somebody that has that has started upside, but is a definite backup because we're down in the 100s right now, and we only have like 15 seconds to figure this out. I don't know who to pick though. That's the problem. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll grab Jamal Williams because unfortunately, he is the backup, but he may be good for some starter reps at some point. And maybe I'll never have to actually plug him in if I'm lucky.
If
So
you are
AJ,
lucky.
yeah,
Yes,
as
sir.
as we as we do as we go through the draft, there is some news that is fantasy relevant, and we should share it with the folks. No, Raiders tight end Darren Waller, he was limited during the preseason, but no, and that was with a hamstring. But they're reporting that he is going to be good to go. He is starting and expected to play the full complement of the game on Sunday. So, what effect do you anticipate this may have, especially for Waters owners this
I
week?
mean, obviously it's positive, but the reality of the situation is that I deliberately faded Darren Waller for this season because I think that his share percentage is going to drop. It may not be drastic, and I'm not saying that it is the wisest idea to fade him, especially if you are looking to go to have like be strong in the tight end position. He's still one of the top five tight ends in fantasy. So by all means, still go after him. But I just know that his that's me. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, it will still take a hit because of the addition of Devontae Adams to that offense. But I think still generally you can expect some decent enough production from Darren Waller, and as long as he stays fit. So the fact that he's starting the season it's a good note, starting off on a good note. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully he will be. I'm sorry, this is my pick, right?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. No,
Hopefully he can start out the season on the right foot, though. That's what essentially was going to say. Yeah, I
yeah,
am trying to see what I'm going to do here. I'm looking at to pick a backup tight end.
mm.
My guy Hunter Henry is the highest rated so far. I do not trust my offense,
Yeah, he's highest
but
ranked
but
and
this not
with the
yeah.
highest expected fantasy points. And you 5 seconds.
Nah, I ain't taking Hunter. Though. I'll take Njoku, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Even though his bye week as well is week 9, what I'm thinking is that Jacoby Brissett is going to be the quarterback of this team for is Jacoby Brissett, right? What am I?
Yes.
Right
It's
for about
Brissett is going to
11
be for
weeks.
12 weeks.
I don't right. I don't feel like Jacoby is adept at throwing the ball downfield very much. So I think he will be targeting some shorter routes,
Mm-hmm.
which means Njoku could see a slight increase in his protection in his target target share as opposed to like last season when he had like Baker liked to fling that thing. So Baker was
Mm-hmm.
trying to force it to OBJ when he was there, and he would throw it a lot further. But I feel like Jacoby is like more of a check down boss, so I could expect to see a little more tight end. And either way, he's a backup, so I probably just need him for 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
I might rotate with Zach Ertz depending on the matchup. I'll see. So I am
Yeah.
back on the clock. Oh, sweet mother of Moses! When did this happen?
You got 3 seconds left.
Ah, crap!
James Cook.
Nah, that was a rush pick. Honestly,
Mm.
I wasn't gonna take James Cook. I had no intention to take. I didn't actually want another running back though. But
Mm. Yeah, this right now, I just know I looked up and I saw that Tyler Boyd was still there, and I was like, oh, is that right? But maybe no, he was next up on the auto pick, so he was never going to fall to me.
yeah, yeah,
Oh boy. So now I'm back here again,
yeah. And
trying to
I
figure
didn't
out
take
what.
Tyler because I already have Joe Mixon. But I was
Yeah,
looking at him. Yeah.
I don't really want to pick up J.D. McKissick. Somehow J.D. McKissick ends up on my fantasy team every year.
So you have him. And, oh no, because you didn't get Antonio Gibson, right?
No, I didn't get him.
You said okay.
And unfortunately, there is the other running back that is going to start the season on IR because he got shot. Um,
Yeah, the one that they dropped, Brian Robinson.
yes, he is
Brian
here. He is
Robinson.
right
Yeah.
now showing as out. Um, I really don't know what to do here with this pick. That is a problem. That's a serious problem. Oh boy. So I guess we'll run with Mr. McKissick again because he's still there passing down back. Oh wait. So it's time to. Oh, I'm actually done with those positions. Okay, I feel a lot better
Okay.
now. So now let's see about the punters. Okay, Michael Dixon. We expect the Seattle offense to not be very good. So yeah, I'll draft you, sir. Come on. All right, AJ. So, while you have a couple picks before you come back
Hmm.
on the board. So Chris Godwin has confirmed he has not confirmed if he'll play in week one against the Cowboys. He went on the In the Moment podcast with David Green and said that he didn't say he didn't give a percentage chance of how he if he's likely to play or not. He's been
Yeah.
working out in practice without a knee brace to protect the ACL that he tore last season. So they expected that he took a big step to returning for the Buccaneers on Sunday night. But we still don't know what he's going to do, and he, we'll know more when the designation comes out on Friday. So, is he somebody that you would consider starting if you have him on your team?
Yeah, definitely. As long as he's on the field, he's going to be one of Tom Brady's favorite targets. There's no doubt about it. So I actually did draft him in one league. I'm in six of them, so I can't remember which one at this point. As the season progresses, I'll be able to get that. I'll know that off the
Clear.
top of my head, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and he's going straight into my lineup. Until I see otherwise, I'm not benching Chris Godwin. Not when Tom Brady's his quarterback.
Okay, understood. Next up is Kenneth Walker III, running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll indicated that he could return in time for week one after underwent hernia surgery in mid August, but it's looking unlikely. They're saying that you can insert Rashad Penny um,
Mhm.
at this point as an low end RB2. Right now, I have him in my RB wide receiver flex spot. So I would probably, if you have Kenneth Walker, then he's probably not playing this week. So that is something to definitely bear in mind. And I see that you are on the clock, so I'll just keep going. Damian Pierce,
Yeah, no
he
worries. No,
is
I was going for a punter. I'm sorry.
no, you good. Damian Pierce, he is listed as the Texans starter. Is that newsworthy? Are you surprised? How do you feel about his
Surprise,
performance?
no, because I actually was seeing some reports a couple weeks ago that suggested that he was the clear favorite. And I think the fact that he was rested for the final week of the preseason sort of confirmed all of that. Which is why I think he's not in back to back picks. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, which is why I think he's a good pickup. And I hadn't even read this article yet that you had sent me, but I did draft him in this league. I did draft him
Okay.
in this league. Yeah, he's in my running back wide receiver slot. So yeah, I did know that from before, and I think in Houston's offense, I can't see Houston trying to win their division this season. I think they're rebuilding, and in that, it means that I feel like Damian Pierce is going to see a lot of work this season.
Okay.
They have nothing to lose, so why not? He on a cheap, so anybody else, they could probably get rid of.
Understood. Understood. So now, then there also the next piece of news is that Sterling Shepard, Jordan Renan or Rannan, I'm not sure how his last name is pronounced, is reporting, and he's from ESPN, is that Sterling Shepard will play against the Titans for the Giants in week one. So, how are we feeling about Sterling Shepard for the Giants, the New York Football Giants this season?
Well, it's funny you ask that, right? Because I think it was after our draft last night, and I was kind of going through players who were undrafted. This is after I think it was after the S no, it was after the SFO draft. No,
Mm-hmm.
I was going through some of the players who were left undrafted, and I saw. I'm pretty sure I saw Sterling Shepard's name. Now, granted, this is an 18 league, so it's a small league, but I think I also ended up checking how often or the percentage of Ross's the percentage of Sterling Shepard's drop on the ESPN fantasy leagues. I think he's only rostered in like less than 20% of the leagues. I really had to think to myself, my, oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sterling Shepard was one of the first names you'd look at, especially from that Giants offense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not the same now, and I can't blame anyone for thinking that.
It's true. So my thing where Sterling Shepard is concerned is that Sterling Shepard he tends to get injured quite a
Yeah,
bit, and
yeah.
that is a challenge for anyone that you're looking to pick up. If you are a regular injury concern, then chances are we will not be putting you on our team. At least not in a position that we will be expecting great things from you. So Sterling Shepard and his injury concerns is one reason that you would definitely fade him. Um, this ESPN article says that Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney are also coming off injuries, but according to Renan, Golladay apparently runs ropes with the stiffness of a mannequin,
Ooh.
while Darius Slayton did not practice Tuesday with an excused absence and ran with the backups for most of training camp. So they're suggesting that Wandale Robinson is someone that you could probably stash because the Giants are looking to have him play some sort of Debo Samuel esque role. But this is more reason to just avoid this Giants offense altogether if you haven't completed your draft. And if you have completed your draft, well, I'm sorry that we didn't get this information to you sooner.
You can still drop him by there, man. You can still drop him.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
you can
just
still
telling
drop
all
him.
of, yeah, just drop him. Can It's funny you say that. I have absolutely no. The one thing I know for sure is that I have no Giants players in any of my 6 leagues. None.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
I didn't even draft. I didn't even go after Saquon this year. I don't trust it.
No, I was not gonna. Saquon would have. You see that whole just now I was searching for a running back coming out to the end of the draft.
Yeah.
That's where I would have picked up a Saquon Barkley. But right now, there's so many good reports coming out about Saquon. Everybody's feeling positive about what Saquon can give this season, fantasy wise. So he's being drafted, in my opinion, way higher than he really should be. But to each their own. More
You
power
know,
to them.
funny. I don't know why I bothered to check this. It's irrelevant at the end of the day. But you know how after at the end of ESPN drafts they show like the final standing projections, right?
Yes.
Clearly, you and I did very well because
Really?
my team is projected to finish first. Yours is projected to finish second.
Okay. I mean, let's. I'm just gonna give a rundown of my team. You can do the same.
Sure.
So my two quarterbacks. Remember, like I said, guys were missing, so people fell further than you would have expected. I
Yep.
got Patrick Mahomes in the fifth round. So my two quarterbacks is a two quarterback league. Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson are my starters. I have Jonathan Taylor, Brees Hall, Rashad Penny as my starting runners. Michael Pittman Jr., Devonta Smith are my starting wide receivers. Tight end is Mark Andrews. Flex is Darren Waller. Kicker, Brandon McManus. Punter, Michael Dixon. And we have a head coach in this league. So I recommend for anyone who's dealing with a head coach. Head coach should be streamed. You don't have to pick a head coach and then decide to keep them for the entire season.
You
I pick
shouldn't.
head coaches based on matchups. So my head coach for this week is going to be the Saints head coach because I expect that we're going to wall up the Falcons. And then my backups are Joe Burrow, quarterback, Robert Woods and Sky Moore as wide receivers, and then Jamal Williams and J.D. McKissick at running back.
You don't want to show the graphic? You could put it up. And while you're at it, just share mine so we could.
Well, okay. Let's just give me a second to navigate there.
Yeah, no worries. In the meantime, yeah, I agree with your point about the head coach. I think some of these guys put too much stock into drafting a head coach. A head coach is not a position you want to keep for the entirety of a season. Once the bye week for that head coach comes around, and that is the latest time you should get rid of him. Once the bye week comes around, though, get rid of that head coach and just pick up and you stream my matchup.
Hmm.
That is definitely one of those positions. You mentioned that you said yours is who, Saints?
Yes, I have the Saints head coach
The
for at
Saints.
least for this week.
I picked the Ravens head coach. The reason being they're playing the Jets in week one.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I would have done that too, but It didn't quite
No, I
work
mean
out.
your pick is a solid pick. I was just saying because we're actually on the same page here. So I was just sharing that we actually had the same train of thought when it comes to that. And your head coach in if you're ever in a league, these sorts of positions, they will give you like 2 points, 4, 6. On the odd day, you would get a 10 if it's a blowout, but that doesn't happen very regularly. Your head coach should be your extremely very last pick.
Yeah.
There's no need to draft a head coach anywhere before anywhere. Like fill out the rest of your team and then draft a head coach.
Okay. All right. So I think I'm still sharing the wrong tab, AJ. We'll get to that one in a second.
Yeah, no worry.
Um, this is for the GreenBaje Fantasy
Let's
League.
agree. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So I'll just pull up the rosters here quickly on this one. Now I thought I did reasonably okay on my
Hmm.
team. Dak Prescott, Alvin Kamara, Javante Williams, Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, Travis Kelsey, Brandon McManus, Blake Gillikin. On the bench, Gabe Davis, who I've been speaking about, you know, with great enthusiasm
Yeah.
almost all season long. Joe Burrow, Juju, Dawson Knox, Tony Pollard, Raheem Mostert, again scraping the barrel for running back, and Chris Olave. I was hoping to get him here, but that didn't work out. So AJ, you can tell the folks about your squad.
Um. Oh wait, you seen it there?
Yep, heaven is a place on earth. Isn't that you?
Oh, for that, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, for that league, yeah. Um, honestly, can't even remember my draft strategy then, but that league was one where I did quarterbacks fly off the shelf early. Either way,
No,
um,
they didn't fly off as early
not as
as
early. Yeah.
one of the other drafts that we did.
All right, so yeah, for having this a piece on it, that I I think by the time I took a quarterback, it was round 4 or 5. So took took Russell Wilson. I think that's still a very solid pick for a one QB
Oh,
league.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So Dalvin Cook and Travis Etienne. I have a lot of faith in Travis Etienne. I know he missed a lot of last year, but at the same time, the Jags offense is looking to well, the entire team is kind of in a slight rebuild mode. And I say slight because obviously because of who their head coach is at this point in time. Um, but I have faith in Travis Etienne, especially since he is the former college mate of Trevor Lawrence. So I think he would be a very useful part, a linchpin of that offense. You know, Dalvin is a man, and then I'm most likely at some point going to pick up his handcuff, Alex Madison, because you know how Dalvin goes, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Jamar
what do you
Chase.
usually say about him at this point?
Yeah, exactly. Jamar Chase and Michael Pittman, couple of young receivers. Yeah, solid to me.
Oh,
Zach
very.
Ertz is my guy, though. Pardon?
I said very.
Yeah, Zacharias is my guy, and I won't lie to you. I have not been focusing very much on drafting one of the top tight ends this season. I was trying in any draft. Like my strategy has been to focus on the other positions. So I kind of draft a tight end like whoever falls to me. I actually have Zacharias in this league as well. But anyway, so Zach Ertz, Greg Joseph at kicker, Cameron Johnson, who I also just drafted as punter here, is I just expect that these men are going to be like really terrible. The punting doesn't always work that way, but still.
Hmm.
I have Amon Ra on my bench. As I was talking him up just a couple weeks ago because I think he's going to be very important to that Detroit offense. Allen Robinson, like I said, he's going to have a bounce back year. I take Antonio Gibson. That was a later pick, and I was under duress. It's no disrespect to a Gib, but I know that Washington seems to be trying to develop more of a committee right now, and I did say I was trying to stay away from that, but when you get down to the later rounds, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
It's true.
Yeah, and then yeah, Matty Ice. I think Matty Ice is actually going to have a really good year, especially with the receivers. And anyway, he's coming off my bench, so he'll just fill in the weeks when I need when Russ has his bye. And then AJ Dillon, he was probably one of my, if not the last pick.
No, he could
I
not have been there that late because if he was, I would not have picked Mustard.
Okay, so then it
Guaranteed.
was. Oh, okay. So then he was a late one though. You know what? It was probably I probably drafted in this order based on the bench. Um, and then yeah, I actually did take my guy Hunter Henry in this league, and then Brandon Ayuk, I have a lot of faith in Brandon Ayuk to be more relevant, more fantasy relevant this season.
Yeah, he's definitely worth a flyer. He is productive when he's on the field for San
Hmm.
Francisco, and
He is.
Debo can't do it all. So Brandon Ayuk should have a role in that offense this year. Um, so that's just let me just navigate quickly to this draft that we just completed. This is a league that's been around for a while. AJ, this is
Yeah,
what, the
this is
sixth
the league that
season?
kicked off all, yeah, something like that. This is the league that kicked off all other leagues that we're in.
Yes. Yeah, so this is the two quarterback league, and well, they have your cup of Joe up first. Anyone specifically you want to highlight? But then again, we just went through
Yeah,
this as
just to
well.
go, yeah, you and I were talking, and I said like this time around, I wasn't playing when it came to the quarterbacks. I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
miss out, so I know for sure I went with I had in the first round I had like the eighth pick. I went with Justin Jefferson. Joe Mixon was my next pick. Then I went Nick Chubb. Then for fourth and fifth rounds, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, respectively. Um, then I filled in the rest of the team from there. Those are my main. I think Amon Ra was after that. Again, like I have a lot of faith in this guy. I think he's a very good receiver. Better
Okay.
than his brother for sure. Um, yeah, so then I fill it in. Damian Pierce. Wait, you cut me off. I can't even see what I do here now, man. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I got Damian Pierce from Houston in that running back receiver slot. Zach Ertz once again because, like I said, at that time all of the top tight ends were already taken, and I don't like having two people from the same offense, but I think Zach Ertz is solid. He gave me solid enough points compared to the other players I have. Chase Edmonds, that's a pick that I might get rid of though. I don't know how long I'm gonna hold on to Chase, but he's a very good pass catching back. I just worry about what his production might be in that Miami offense, but we'll see. Um, Took Nick Folk because I think that we are going to be kicking a lot of field goals this season.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Cameron Johnston, like I said, the Ravens coach just because he played the Jets in week one. I have Dak on my bench.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, holler at me. Dak for trade, though, if you got something good. Chase Claypool and MVS as the backup receivers. Um, then I got Njoku. I actually explained that why I took him as a backup tight end. And then James Cook. Well, James Cook, honestly, I have no analysis for why I picked James Cook. I was under the cosh, Ken, and time was about to run out, and the cursor landed on him, so I just picked. But I might keep him to see how he actually progresses.
Mm-hmm.
But he's most likely the cut candidate, the very first cut candidate from my team.
Okay. Understood. Well, another day, I'll probably have to then run down through my squad. But of course, like I said, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and Joe Burrow are my three quarterbacks. So, yeah, the guys that were absent from the draft, well, I hope your teams are to your liking. I know I like what I have so far. But anyhow, folks, we are up against the clock. That is the half hour that we plan to be here. So coming up this week, still, we are going to have the primetime pickup. The start of the primetime pickup is going to be tomorrow, so you can look for our videos where we are going to tell you who we pick for these three primetime games: Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. And like I said yesterday, there may be a price for the primetime pickup. I can't say for sure at this point because we gotta have some money to be able to do that. But we'll see how it goes. So as always, that is AJ. He is the green. I am Ken. I am the beige, and we will see you guys next time.